What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James, talking to you today about the crypto news. And guys, this chart is starting to look very, very bullish. We've got not far away potentially from a confirmation of a shoulder, and for a reverse head and shoulders, things are looking good. Let's get into the crypto news. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel that I thought would crush it in this cycle. If you invested $100 into each one when I released the videos, you're still holding all that crypto, you'd be in profit for over 59 grand. If you want to see what I hold right now, then come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share my portfolio. If you're new to crypto, you can literally see exactly what I'm holding, copy my trades. Guys, 2022 is going to be incredible, because even if we hit a bear cycle, there's so many opportunities in the market. You get cryptos at discount prices, and you know the gains long term are so good. And even if we continue in a bull cycle or hit a fully fledged bull cycle again, the opportunities in the market are great. 2021 was incredible, and yeah, this year is going to be even better. So if you want to be a part of it and match my gains, click the link in the description and check it out. Right, first of all, we are actually at a point now where potentially we've got around sort of 10 days, 11 days. And if we're flittering between sort of 44k and 41k, really, that sideways movement could very well confirm another shoulder. And if we see that play out, my God, there are a lot of levels there that Bitcoin can rocket to with this potential reverse head and shoulders. 48k would be the first target after proper daily closes above 44, because obviously just creeped above 44 yesterday, and it's immediately retraced so far this morning. So anywhere between 41 and 44 right now, as long as it doesn't break down below 41 on a daily, things are looking good. This could very well play out as a reverse head and shoulders, and the room for growth from there. You'd be looking at 48k as the first major key resistance. Then after that, we're looking at around 51. And then after that, guys, we're starting to really look like it could moon up. And there's about 5 weeks till the Fed meeting, so there's a real opportunity for growth across the next sort of month or so with Bitcoin and the rest of the market. So very positive. So when we look at the crypto news right now, one of the big pieces of news is an enormous seizure in Bitcoin. So there was a hack in 2016 on Bitfinex, and that Bitcoin has been retrieved. More than 5 billion worth of Bitcoin has been seized by the US Department of Justice. This is the largest confirmation of its kind. It ended up being a man and his wife. So Ilya Lichtenstein and his wife Heather Morgan laundered about 25,000 of the stolen Bitcoin through various accounts over the past 5 years, and used various methods to cover their tracks, from fake identities to converting their Bitcoin into other digital currencies. In a statement, Bitfinex said it cooperated with the inquiry and was pleased the stolen funds had been recovered. If found guilty, they could serve up to 25 years in prison. This is the biggest, like I say, the biggest retrieval of all time. When they actually hacked that 120,000 Bitcoin, that the valuation in 2016 was 71 million. Think about that, 71 million, and now the valuation of that 120,000 Bitcoin effectively is $5 billion. That's like a 70x. Yeah, 70x from 2016. So as much as, you know, that's a good story. We like to see that when a hack has got done, especially when there was so much money there that was probably stolen from normal everyday people. But the big thing there is that people should realize and remember, dude, It's been 6 years. In 6 years, from 2016 to now, that valuation, Bitcoin's price has gone up 70x. So whenever you ever see people saying crypto's gone to zero, dude, zoom out and look at the time frame. Look at the time frame. Remember, Bitcoin's the safest crypto investment as well. It's not even the altcoins that can do even more gains and have done more gains in those 6 years. So the opportunities in this market are so there. In other news, cryptocurrency is actually funding Ukraine's defense, apparently, and its hacktivists. As Russia continues to amass troops at the border, resistance groups have been seen a surge in crypto donations. So over the past year, for the love of God, cryptocurrency payments to military and hacktivist groups in Ukraine reached record values. Crowdfunded payments to those organizations in Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum reached a total value of around 550,000 last year, compared with just 6,000 or so the year before. That 500,000 is no doubt just a small fraction of the total funds Ukraine's defense and hacktivism groups have raised. But I talked about the ability for donations within crypto, and crypto can potentially change in the game in terms of charitable contributions or whatever. So, and then, again, it's a good story in terms of seeing what crypto can do, regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum with regards to Russia and Ukraine. What you're seeing is that crypto can be used to help a cause that you believe in. You know, it's something that I always liked about Ponyo as an example, is that it was like that auto impact token that can immediately contribute to, you know, improving the conservation of the oceans. So again, it's another positive story within crypto. Then we've got Bitcoin's bounce is lifting crypto stocks. So miners look cheap, analyst says, because Bitcoin was trading at around 43,400, it gaining about 5%. It fueled a rally in crypto-related stocks. The miners look particularly cheap, one analyst says, arguing the market is overlooking their large and growing stash of Bitcoin. And this is, again, something I've touched on. One I would be looking at, if you are looking at stocks that you want exposure to Bitcoin, Marathon. They are going to end up having an enormous supply of Bitcoin because they won't sell it. They will literally sell the bare minimum of Bitcoin to fund the electricity, and the rest of the time they're not selling it. In fact, they're buying Bitcoin as their valuations rise, as they receive more investment. They're buying Bitcoin. The hoard of Bitcoin they're going to end up having is going to be staggering, and their valuation is going to skyrocket. So something worth bearing in mind if you want exposure to stocks within that have exposure to Bitcoin. Yeah, something to be aware of. The last thing is as well. So global real interest rates have followed a gentle, persistent trend decline at a level of 1 to 2 basis points per annum over 5 centuries. Global real interest rates at the zero lower bound are fully consistent with deep historical trends seen in the long context. And a key point to this is that because the low nominal rates are there, and we quite often have negative real rates, particularly when you combine inflation, there is an opportunity within this space for growth, particularly DeFi. DeFi is one area and one sector. Yeah, DeFi is a sector that's just set for growth, and is worth bearing in mind because as we are in a time of inflation that is staggering, where realistically, you know, your bank is going to give you 0.1% in terms of interest or whatever. Plus, now because of the interest rate hikes, people are going to be spending far more on their mortgage. Energy's we're looking at an area where we've seen energy rising, like energy costs rising. I mean, it depends on the country you're in. Britain got smashed with that, 54% gains. I know in France it was like 4% in terms of costs. I don't know what is happening in America right now. Across the world, like I said, negative interest rate, well, effectively negative return on your money in banks. You're looking at that huge rise in inflation where it's, you know, it was 5%, 5.1% in Britain. It was like 7.1% in America. It was, I think it was 5.1% in Europe as well. You know, these interest rates are, these inflation rates is insane. So the return on your money is piss poor. DeFi is the solution. And it's something I was saying at the beginning of the year, is that I think we're primed for a second run of DeFi, because where else are you going to get your 15% on a stable coin? Or where else are you going to have the opportunity to really strengthen your position? You know, it is worth bearing in mind, 3 of the biggest tokens you've got, like your in terms of DeFi, you got your Maker, Compound, and AAVE, are still up more than 370% from a year ago. And as we see sort of things spinning out of control in the real financial system, or sorry, the legacy financial system, you can end up strengthening your stablecoin assets, which are pegged to the dollar, and all of a sudden you're, instead of 0.1% or whatever is 0.01%, you're getting 15%. It makes the world of a difference to a lot of people. So another run on DeFi seems inevitable. This is just in a Bloomberg opinion article by a guy called Neil Ferguson, who appears to believe the same thing. The DeFi is a bona fide revolution, and you can't argue. Can't argue. All in, though, guys, this is a lot of positive news stories. It's nice to see, so far this month we've not really had FUD for crypto. We've had fear in the markets, and that is part and parcel of the situation within Russia, within Ukraine. But in terms of crypto, we haven't seen a crazy run on negative stories like we saw in sort of May of 2021, where it was China bans and, you know, can be used for money laundering, all this crap. These are good stories, so it bodes well for the rest of the month if these sort of articles are what are consistently presented. And like I said, we've got about 11 days or so, and if we can confirm another shoulder here, a reverse end shoulder pattern is exceptionally bullish. So yeah, there's a lot positive in this market right now. So that's the crypto news for the day. Anyway, if you're new to crypto, or even if you've been in here a while and you're not happy with your gains, come check out Copy My Cryptos, where I share my portfolio. And we had a brilliant 2021, and 2022 I'm really excited about. I think we've still got a room to go in this bull cycle. And when a bear cycle kicks in, that's my favorite time. I've got a list of cryptos that I'm watching that I think have enormous potential, when I think they can do, when they've retraced enough on, you know, as they're meeting their roadmap, as they're building partnerships. I'll be watching to see when I think they can 50, 100, 200, 400x, 500,000. And when I think they can, I'm going to be sharing them with the Copy My Crypto members. So if you want to be a part of that, click the link in the description and check it out. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.